Hello vinyl community, it's Matt here again, and today we're going to be looking at this box of 45s. So it's a little backstory here. It's going back a few months now, but I was given these by a friend. Actually, they belong to really the mother of a friend, and they'd heard that I liked records, and she had this box that was like in the garage or something, and it did have more records in it originally than this, and I had to throw some out because some of them were beyond repair. They had cracks or they were broken, but anyways, there were quite a few that I was able to save, at least half of them, and clean them up, and we're gonna have a quick look. Now, there's nothing spectacular in here. We're not gonna find some, long lost Elvis test pressing or something, nothing like that, but it's still nice to look through because it was very kind of them to think of me and to give me the records. And it's been a few months, I have to admit. I originally made a video about these and I forgot about it, and I ended up having to delete it because I made references to the upcoming Super Bowl. That's how long ago it was, and I just hadn't gotten around to publishing the video, but we're going to correct that. So today's the day. Let's dive in and have a look. Like I said, nothing earth-shattering here. It's just nice to have a look at some of these. Now, I think some of these belong to my friend's mother, and some belong to my friend's mother's sister, I believe. But anyway, so first up, a bit of a disco classic, Alicia Bridges, I Love the Nightlife. And I think I might already have the 45 of this. I'll have to double check. But if I don't, then now I do. So, next up, slightly unusual one, at least it wasn't one I was familiar with. Brighter Side of Darkness is the name of the artist, and it's Love Jones. And 1972. And I have listened to most of these, but like I said, it's been a few months, and to be honest, I don't remember what the song was like, but I think it was decent. And we also have The Invisible Man's Band and All Night Thing. Love the label on this one, this Mango label. I think that's pretty neat. And this is from 1979, so a little bit later than the other one. We also have, on T-Net Records, the Isley Brothers, Take Me to the Next Phase, Part 1 and Part 2. And this is from 1978. Next up, I think this is from the late 60s, this one. It doesn't have a date on it, but it's Brenton Wood and Baby You Got It. I'm pretty sure that's from the late 60s. We also have James and Bobby Purify on one side anyway, and I'm Your Puppet, which my daughter got kind of a kick out of because her main stuffy that she takes to bed is a puppet, so she thought that was funny. But the B-side is a completely different artist, and it's Bertha Tillman, Oh My Angel. And this is on the Cobra label, which I don't think I was very familiar with either, so kind of interesting. Next up, we have a very well-known song on a very well-known label, on the Warner Brothers label, Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Bit of a classic right there from 77, right? Rumors? Must be. Yeah. From the Rumors album. Songbird is the B-side of that one. The OJs, Used to Be My Girl. Well-known song. That's on the Philadelphia International Records label. And this one's another one with two different artists on it. On the Phase 2 label, we've got Barbara Lynn, who I've heard of, but I couldn't tell you anything about. You'll Lose a Good Thing. And on the other side is Little Royal, is the name of the artist, and Jealous. So there we go. And another, this one really is a classic, the Commodores, Easy. Yeah. Classic Motown label, 1977. Yeah. And then one of my favorite record labels, just for the way it looks, is Solar Records. And this is was one I was familiar with, Lakeside. It's All the Way Live Part 1, and then Part 2's on the B side. But it's a neat label. In fact, you can see it better if I do this. There we go. Very cool. And we also have the Jacksons, Enjoy Yourself. I love the orange epic labels. 70s. Great stuff. And then this one I think most of these, I did look up the values of some of these. You know, the vast majority are worth 50 cents type of thing. There were a couple that were worth like $10 to $20. This might have been one of them, which is it's a double A side again, two different artists. Holland Dozier, Why Can't We Be Lovers is on the A side, and then on the double A side is The Whispers, Can't Help But Love You, which is not a song I was familiar with, but I do know The Whispers. Okay, next up, we've got an 80s classic. So there are a couple of 80s ones in here as well. Look at this. Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf. There you go, there's a Stone Cold classic. Send One Your Love, Stevie Wonder, which seems to have a little bit of a printing error. It's kind of weird to look at it, but anyway. And then this is Natalie Cole, I've Got Love on My Mind, on the red Capitol label. And this is another one that might have been in the $10 to $20 range. This one, the Marquettes, Surfers Stomp, on the Union Records label. And the B-side is a song called Start. Yep. And Brick, yeah, and Duzik. I guess that's a play on the word music, right? Interesting label, Bang Records. Didn't know it. I didn't recognize the logo anyway. This is another. Oh no, this is on Soul Train, and this is Uptown Festival Parts 1 and 2. Shalimar, who I am familiar with. I wasn't familiar with Uptown Festival, but I know Shalimar. This is 1977. Oh, and I guess it says copyright 1977 RCA Records. So was Soul Train some sort of subsidiary of RCA? I don't know. In any event, Roulette Records and Tommy James and the Shondells with Mirage. The B-side is Run Run Baby Run. I do know this label. I have a Tommy Shondell album that's on the Roulette label. And not a Stone Cold classic, but a very well-known song, Fall If You Think It's Over by Chris Rea. Or Chris Rea, however you want to pronounce it. It's from 78, is it? Yep, 78. Okay, and then last but not least, this is the last little stack right here. We're going back to the 80s. For this, I don't know if this was a double A side or not, but in any event, Whitney Houston, You Give Good Love, and Greatest Love of All. They were both hits, so it makes me think it's either double A side, or maybe this was a disc that was intended solely for jukeboxes. That might make some sense to put two hits on, one on each side. We have Dionne Warwick and a cover of You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling on Scepter Records from... no date on that one, so I couldn't tell you. RSO Records, Mary McGregor, Good Friend. So there we go. Here we go. Here's a bit of a classic, Fantasy, Earth, Wind and Fire on Columbia. One more record, last one, and this might have been one of the ones that was worth slightly more. Double A side on Yvette Records, we've got James Brown and Try Me, and on the other side is Jermaine Jackson, You're in Good Hands. Jermaine Jackson, one of the Jackson 5 and all that. So there we go. That's it. The only other thing that was left in the box was the instructions, I guess, to put the box together. And there's a few sad remnants in here of records that didn't make it. Little broken pieces. Yeah. yeah, like I said, there were a number of them that had cracks and so on. They'd be kept in storage, your garage, whatever, full of dust. But I gave them a thorough clean, and you know, some played better than others after the cleaning, but they do all play through. I don't think any of them were skipping. And there were a few others I had to get rid of because even if they weren't cracked, they had obvious, feelable, huge scratches like across the whole record type of thing. But yeah, so it's very kind of them to give me those. Don't know if I'm literally keeping all of them. As I mentioned earlier, there might be one or two that I actually already have on 45, but I will certainly be keeping some of them for sure. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Just a quick little video to dig through that box. Sometimes it's nice to do that, and yeah, always appreciate everybody who comments and subscribes. Thanks as always for watching, and until next time, bye bye.